Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Loan Officer Wealth Podcast. I'm your host, Chris Johnstone, and today we have a very special episode for you. I'm going to be walking you through a very simple grouping of questions that has the ability to double your mortgage business when you implement the strategies that you uncover by asking these questions. Now, there is a document that goes along with this. It's in the show notes. You can go get the link and you can actually take this mortgage marketing profit analysis yourself by going and following the link. If you're watching this on YouTube, the link will be below, but you can also see it on the screen. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, go to YouTube, type in Chris Johnstone, go follow our channel. We're dropping at least weekly content there to help you grow your mortgage business. And don't forget to smash that 5-star button on our iTunes reviews. Every episode that gets reviews helps us get even more incredible guests for you on the show. So let's get down to it. What we're going to walk you through is the analysis that we use on our sales team in order to do a consultation that provides tremendous value for the loan officers that come and have a consult with us. And what we do is basically go down the list of all the most profitable activities that exist within a mortgage business and make sure that you're actually doing them, so that by the end, you can see if you are or if you're not, and what you need to do in order to grow your business. And we're talking about the basics here. So many of these things that you're going to learn in today's episodes are things you may have heard of previously. They're things that you know that you should be doing, but that you're probably not because you're too busy or you don't have time to do them. I'll fast forward to the end here. We have a new membership called the Executive, where we will actually work with you to get an executive concierge hired in your business to do each of these tasks for you. So as we're going through this analysis here, I want you to know that it doesn't have to be you that's doing these tasks. It's not you that has to go out and get the money. You can hire somebody for between $12 to $15 an hour. They can use our proven scripts and our proven CRM processes in order to implement these systems so you make more money, you make more profit, while you actually work less. It's more profit, less effort. That's what the Executive is all about. In order to get details on that, go to theexecutiveinnercircle.com. That is theexecutiveinnercircle.com. Now let's kick it off and let's get going. So first off, I want you to write down on a sheet of paper, how much do you make per deal? On average, when you close a transaction, what is that worth to you? Now, you can do net money or gross money. It doesn't really matter. Go with net money because it's the least amount and it will show you how impactful this process can actually be in your business. But on a sheet of paper on the right-hand side, I want you to write down how much you make per deal. Now, I want you to write down how many deals you do per month on average, right? This can be an average of your last 12 months volume. Now, I want you to ask yourself, how long have you been at this level? So is your business shrinking? Is your business stable? Or is your business growing? We're going through a pretty big shift in the mortgage industry right now, going from a low rate environment to a rising rate market. And that's got a lot of people in the mortgage industry nervous about what's going to happen to the refinance business that they may have become a little bit too dependent on. And the activities that I'm going to be teaching you here are the activities that are going to get you flowing with purchase business, get you to a point where your inbound mortgage applications each month are kind of like on a faucet, where you know which activities need to be done in order to bring in more applications or less applications based on your pipeline and what you actually need to be at. So if you are steady or declining, or you're growing and you want to grow faster, continue listening. This is going to be very, very great content for you. Now, you've written down how many deals you're doing per month right now. Now I want you to write down how many deals you want to be closing per month 1 year from today. So if we were to fast forward into the future 1 year from today, and you would look back at today, what would you consider to be a tremendous success to be at that point? I'll give you a little pro tip. Almost every single person that gets on a consult with us says, well, I'd like to double my business. So take however many deals you're doing per month and double that number. In this particular example that we have pulled up on the screen here now, we have 21 deals per month, and that person wanted to go to 45. So our delta was 24 deals that we needed to increase in order to hit that goal. So 24 deals a month, totally attainable. What have you tried in the past to get more referral relationships, and what results did you get? So that question there is designed around really the number one scalable way that you have to grow your business. And that is probably the indicator as to whether your business is declining, whether your business is steady, or whether your business is increasing. Do you have new people coming into your business that can refer you multiple deals at the same time? I can tell you, if you're not having weekly meetings set up for you, or you're setting up your own meetings with real estate agents each week, and these are qualified agents that can send you business, that means that you're probably declining in business, or at least steady, just getting the business from the partners that you have. You need a steady increasing pipeline of new people that can send you business. All right, next question. How many past customers are in your database? The reason why we're asking this question is because that is the majority of most loan officers and mortgage professionals' businesses. Most of you, if you've been in the business more than 3 years, will generate 80% or more of the deals that you do from your past customer database. And yet, most of us are not calling our past customers on a regular basis. Most of us don't have a piece of monthly marketing that goes out that's actually effective, that asks for the business, that actually builds rapport. I'm not talking about corporate marketing that goes out via email. I'm talking about real relationship-based marketing that generates results. And that, again, is low-hanging fruit for you. Having a steady pipeline that goes out to your past customer database that brings in new mortgage application appointments for you every week and every month, so that your business is growing, not just steady. So what I want you to do is take how many past customers are in your database, and you take that number and I want you to times it by 4%. So that means if you have 100 past customers, times it by 4%, that's 4 deals. You should be generating that amount of business from your database every quarter, like clockwork. And if you're not, that's found money. You can immediately tack more deals onto your business as a result of doing those activities. And we're going to talk a little bit more about those activities in a little bit here, but just know the potential, knowing the math and knowing what potential exists in your business right now with the existing assets that you have. We're not talking about new marketing. We're not talking about new advertising spend. Calling your database is free and incredibly profitable. So just take the total amount of past customers that you have, times it by 4%, then times that number by 4, and it will tell you how many deals annually you have sitting in your database. You can then divide that number by 12 to see how many deals you have every month waiting for you inside your database. Now, when we talk about database marketing, there's a very important question. Is your database organized? Can you actually call them? Do you have their phone numbers? Do you have their cell phone numbers? Can you text them? Can you email them? Can you actually put together a marketing campaign and communicate to them? Because there's no sense in putting together some type of awesome marketing campaign if you can't actually get a hold of those people. Now, there are services that you can use to help clean up your database. There are services that you can use to append your database and find the cell phone numbers and find the email addresses for your past customers. But all of that is for naught if you're just going to keep it in an Excel file. You need a CRM that is going to keep those contacts. Now, I recommend that, yes, the CRM that is provided by corporate is fantastic, but I also recommend that you have a marketing CRM. You see, most CRM products are products that are designed to help you process a loan, but they are not designed to get you mortgage applications. Those are two totally different use cases. And they're really two totally different CRMs. That's why we built Connect My Leads, our CRM that we use in the mortgage industry. So that marketing CRM, or even your base CRM, should be able to send text messages to your customers. It should have some form of power dialer in it so that you can actually call out to those past clients. And you should be able to keep that database with you, and you should control it. So if you don't have that data, that's the first step. The first thing that you need to take away from today's presentation is getting your database organized so that you can actually send marketing to those people. Now, the money question. Are you calling your database once per quarter with a specific offer and asking for referrals? If you answer no to that question, you're just leaving money on the table. There's immediate money that you can pick up and start generating right away with a simple activity of just calling your database. Again, in the executive, where you can get the full details on it by going to theexecutiveinnercircle.com, right? We're going to help you hire an executive concierge to make those calls to your database. That executive concierge is going to use our proven scripts. They're going to use our proven follow-up sequences that you can use in our CRM or your CRM. What matters is that the activities actually get done and implemented. So if you are not calling your database once a quarter with a proven script in order to generate referrals, okay, generate repeat business, and generate 5-star reviews on Google, that is a fantastic opportunity for you to take away from today's episode on the podcast. Next, are you retargeting your database with online ads? Recency of a marketing message drives recent conversions. And what that means is the more often people see advertisements from you and the more recent that person has seen an advertisement from you, the more likely they are to do whatever activity it is that you're marketing for. So your past customer database, we want these people to know that you are in the business of referrals, that you want their referrals, and we need to consistently remind them that you want those referrals because, hey, we're all busy and people forget. Think about Coca-Cola. They are the largest brand advertiser in the world. Did anybody listening to this podcast not know who Coca-Cola was when I said it? Of course, we all do. So why are they still dumping millions and millions of dollars every year into branding their business across the globe? It's because the recency and how often and how long ago you saw a Coca-Cola ad, they know if the last time you saw an ad for pop, you saw a Pepsi ad, you're more likely to go buy a Pepsi. The more often and the most recently you've seen a Coca-Cola ad, you're more likely to pick Coke. So they're advertising to you to get that activity. Your database should be no different. When they log in on social media, they should be reminded on a regular basis that you are a professional, you give great service, and you are in the business of referrals and you want them to refer you business. So if you're not retargeting your database with online ads, that's another opportunity for you to make more money and generate more referrals. And I absolutely love it when we see our clients getting referrals from inside private Facebook groups because of the ads that they're running online. It's such a fun campaign to run. Our next question, are you doing any video marketing? It's 2022. We all have a video camera capable of producing Hollywood-esque quality video in our pockets. And your customers want to hear from you. You should be communicating through video to your past customers, to your existing customers, to your pre-approved and lookings, to your real estate referral partners. There's lots of great tools out there like our CRM and BombBomb and lots of great services out there to get that video marketing out to people. And people seeing your face, people hearing your voice, people getting that branded touch from you generates more referrals. It will close more deals for you if you're using video marketing to market to the people that you got pre-approvals with. It's just a phenomenal resource for you. Again, another opportunity for you to grow your business. If you're looking for one simple video marketing tip, you should have a video that goes out after every deal you close that thanks the customer for their business and reminds them to leave you a 5-star review on your Google My Business page. Those 5-star reviews on Google will generate you the highest quality consumer direct leads that you can get from the internet, and you will get far more ratings and reviews if you use a video after the deal closes to ask for that rating and review. Our next money-making question, do you have an automated process for getting 5-star reviews on Google from your deals when they close? Now, in addition to the video that we just talked about, this is a campaign where you close a deal, you apply a tag onto a contact, and you're done. There's no more work required of you. But inside your CRM, there should be an automatic follow-up sequence that goes out to the lead that asks them to leave you a 5-star review on Google. I'm not talking about these other services that steal your reviews and put them on their platform and then do like a social media post or whatever. Honestly, I don't believe that that serves your mortgage business at all, because nobody is going to any of those third-party services to look for mortgage professionals, right? Where do people go? They go online, they go to Google. A lot of people don't know this, but Zillow, right? The monster in the industry, if you go and look at the back end, over 70% of Zillow's traffic comes from Google. People go to Google, do a real estate search or search for Zillow, and then go to Zillow, right? Google still got the majority of the traffic. Zillow is literally at risk of losing a large portion of their business if Google de-indexes them. Google is the 900-pound gorilla, and if you want more consumer direct leads, you need to get 5-star ratings and reviews from your customers. And if you don't have an automated way to go do that with your past customers, you're leaving money on the table with every deal that you do. Now, we'll run through the next round of these questions quickly, but again, each of these is an area in your business that's easy to get low-hanging fruit so that you can make more money in your mortgage business. Let's start with your referral partners. Do you work with realtors, financial planners, or investment advisors? How many and how many deals do you get per month? There are a lot of people still in the mortgage industry that think that, oh, hey, I don't need realtors, I'm gonna focus on refinances. That time is over. The realtor train is here, and you need to be networking with as many realtors, as many financial planners, and as many investment advisors as you possibly can. I'll give you a quick tip here for the financial planners and investment advisors. Every time you fund a deal, you should ask the client at the closing table, and write this into your scripting with your closing team, right? What you want to ask them is, are you currently working with an investment advisor, and do you have an insurance professional? Then you ask them if you could reach out to those professionals and share their information that they had closed a deal with you with that person. You then reach out to the financial planner and the insurance advisor after that, and you say, hey, we have a mutual client, and come tax time, you're going to be chasing these people for this information. I'd be happy to make sure that you have it, and I'd love to talk to you about how we can potentially grow our businesses together. And it is an easy and very effective way to go out and generate referral relationships with financial planners and insurance advisors. Again, you need to be on that train, because referrals from referral partners are exponential, okay? When you get a new realtor to say yes to sending you business, it's not just one deal like it is when you convert a client. That person should be sending you a minimum of 4 deals a year. There's a really cool rule that we use within the executive training. It's called the 40 by 4, and it was actually given to us by one of our previous podcast guests, Colleen Wood, who is an absolute genius in the mortgage industry. And she told us about the 40 by 4. Go back and check out that episode with Colleen Wood. It is absolutely phenomenal. And in her business, the goal was to get to 40 realtors that each send her, on average, 4 deals a year. That's 160 transactions a year. If you're making $2,500 per deal and you have 160 deals a year from just 40 realtors, that's $400,000 in gross revenue that comes into your company as a result of those relationships. Those are absolutely worth having. And we have a way inside the executive where you scrub the people up front. So you know that they have good business to send to you and that they're a producer, but you also scrub that list so that you're only working with people that you know you're going to have a good relationship with, so you don't have to feel like you're being ground down by realtors. What it does is it gives you control over who you work with and the ability to say no to people that you don't want to do business with, which is a fantastic place to be in your business. So in order to make that happen, we get to our next question. Do you currently have a list of the most valuable relationships in your marketplace that you can focus on? If not, you have to get that list so that you can be marketing to those professionals every single week. And we can help you get that list at Connection Incorporated. Do you have a reliable system that books you new networking appointments each week? If not, you need an executive concierge. The thing that I love about this is, honestly, come on. Who wants to pick up the phone and cold call realtors? I really don't know anybody that isn't heavily motivated to do that, that's going to do it. And even if you do it in your mortgage business, you're going to do it for like a couple of weeks or maybe a month, and then you just lose. You get the deals, you lose the momentum and you lose the fire to actually make the calls, and it falls off. So you stop getting results. When you hire somebody else to make those calls, it's their job and you pay them to do it. They have to show up every day. The other thing that we've discovered at Connection Incorporated is that we can pay professional appointment setters. And those people have built a profession of making those cold calls, building rapport right away, overcoming objections, building value, vetting the lead, and booking the appointment. And that person should be booking you anywhere between 5 to 7 appointments a day when they're working for you full time. Again, you can get the full details on how we get that system set up and the results that we generate by going to theexecutiveinnercircle.com. That's theexecutiveinnercircle.com. So now you're getting appointments with realtors. Do you have an offer and a reliable presentation to get realtors to send you their business once you have a meeting and an appointment with them? You should have a closing ratio, the number of realtors that you meet with to the number of realtors that end up sending you business after you have that meeting. Your meeting should be a structured process so that you can tell whether it is working or whether it is not working. You can't just fly by the seat of your pants on every meeting that you do, right? We need to have a structured presentation so that you can track your conversion ratio, tweak your presentation so that you get better conversions over time. Next, do you have an automated follow-up sequence to convert your real estate agents' leads for them? We have an offer that we call the irresistible offer, and it helps us book appointments with realtors, and it helps us give a fantastic value-based presentation to those realtors once we meet with them. And it's all about providing value to their business by either following up with their past customers or following up with their old leads for them. Well, if you don't have an automated system in order to do that follow-up and a concierge to actually make the calls, you've gone out, you've built the relationship, but you're going to have trouble finishing and providing value to that real estate referral relationship, which means it's not going to be a long-term relationship. So again, in the executive, we provide those campaigns for you, and it solves that problem where you just get to step into a proven system. If you don't want to join a group of like-minded people that already have the answers to that, I highly recommend that you go out and you build your own. You should have a sales presentation that you can measure the results on every time you're meeting with new referral partners. Next question is, are you currently retargeting your real estate referral partners with online ads? It's the same reason we retarget our past customers with ads on Facebook and Instagram and Google and YouTube. Recency generates results, and it's a fantastic way to continue to build those relationships. Next up, let's talk about your marketing. We're on the third phase here. There's really only 3 ways to grow your mortgage business. You've got your past customer database, you've got referral partners, and then you've got marketing and advertising. So, are you currently running online ads or buying leads? If you are, and you are not doing the fundamentals of the database marketing and the referral partner marketing, you're going about growing the business backwards. And I'm not saying that you necessarily need to stop doing that, but there is an easier and more profitable way to generate deals if you don't already have systems and processes built for your past customers and your referral partners. So you want to focus your efforts on the first 2 and then come back to the leads that you're generating. Now, I will provide you 2 very solid and time-tested ways to close more of the deals from your online ads. We actually had a member that came into one of our calls for the executive. We do 2 daily training calls within the membership. One is to train your executive concierge, and the other is a marketing call where you can get support every single day. And one of our clients, Shannon, showed up on that call. Shannon had started a Facebook advertising campaign with Connection Incorporated and stopped it because she wasn't seeing results from the campaign within the first 3 months. Totally normal, that happens, right? But what Shannon got on the call and said, when she ran the campaign, she generated a total of 86 leads. They did not take any applications in the first 60 days. But the long-term follow-up campaigns that were inside Connect My Leads that she kept the Connect My Leads system after stopping the ads management, it just continued to follow up on the leads. Well, 8 months later, which is now, right, she's got 3 funded deals out of those 86 leads that came, but she did not get the first application until after 90 days of those people being in the system. If you want to convert online leads, either leads that you're buying from Zillow or Realtor.com, or you're generating your own Google leads or Facebook leads or whatever, the follow-up is what's going to convert the leads. It's not the quality of the leads, although by virtue of the different areas that you're getting leads from. You're going to get some leads will be better quality, but it's all about follow-up. Think about it. People are buying houses, right? Well, nobody wakes up in the mornings like, I'm going to buy a house and then has a deal done in 7 days, right? They actually go through a research process. It's the stat from Zillow is that it takes an average of 4.4 months from the time that somebody starts filling out forms online to the time that they're willing to actually speak to a professional. Okay, that's 4.4 months just for them to dip their toe in the water and be like, all right, cool, I'll talk to somebody, right? Then they got to go through the approval process, then they got to find the right house, and then in today's marketplace, they got to get an offer accepted, right? That process, it's normal for that to take a year. So if you don't have follow-ups that are going to last at least a year on your online leads, you're leaving money on the table, because that's the amount of follow-up that's required in order to convert those leads. So one, you've got to have an automated CRM that follows up for at least a year. The second tip to converting online leads is you've got to have somebody that's actually calling those leads and converting them, hands down. So when we implemented our call center at Connection Incorporated, we built our software first and tried to automate the process of booking appointments for our clients, that our clients would get better results. Then I went the extra step and started hiring professional appointment setters to call the leads to book the appointments. We doubled the amount of appointments that we were generating from the online leads that we were generating just by having a real person call that lead right away when it came in and then continue to follow up with phone calls. The way that our cadence would work is, or does work, is the lead comes in, we call them as soon as we possibly can. They're dealing with a lot of leads in any given day, so they make the call as soon as they can. It should be in less than 10 minutes. Again, I believe that you should have a staff member that you've hired that's your executive concierge that does those calls for you. So they call them back in the first 10 minutes. If they don't get a hold of them, they call them later that day to try and convert them. Then they call them the next day, they call them the day after that, and they call them the day after that. It's a 4-day sequence, they get 4 phone calls. Then they're dropped into a weekly pipeline sequence where they get a phone call once a week, and we vary the different times and days that we call them on in order to try and convert them. And then after the first 3 months, that drops off to a monthly call, and we just put them in a power dialer once a month to try and convert those leads. But they're also getting the automatic follow-up while that live person is working those leads. Again, double the amount of appointments. So basically, double the amount of applications, and hopefully double the amount of deals that you actually get from the online leads that you're generating. So from that, we go to how many reviews do you have on your Google business page, right? Online leads are going to do online research. So when they're getting your follow-up, they're going to Google your name. What are they going to see? Go to Google, Google your name. Do you have 2 5-star ratings and reviews on your profile? Is that enough to convert you? If you were on the other side of the transaction and you were looking at that, would you call you? Be honest. We all use Amazon, right? We all check the Amazon ratings and reviews. Why is it different in the mortgage business? We need to be real about this marketing and make sure that we're putting our best foot forward so that you can convert as many of these leads as possible. If you're investing thousands of dollars a month in buying leads, why are we not investing the time to put a simple system in place to get ratings and reviews so that you can close more of the business that you're already investing money in, right? So putting that system in place in order to get those 5-star Google reviews, incredibly important. Then, do you have specialized programs that you're looking to generate leads for? The reason why this is an important question is because if you're just going out there and trying to generate just like mortgage leads, you have to compete against Quicken and all of these other massive companies that have these massive budgets. But if you're targeting reverse mortgage in your specific city in Florida, it's a whole lot easier to run a campaign that's effective because you're niche down and you're getting specific traffic that you can write specific ads for, have a specific landing page for, generate a specific follow-up sequence for on the back end of things. So if you are investing in lead generation, make sure that you're not just trying to be everything to everybody, that you have it niched down to a specific offer that you're looking to do with your marketing. Now we'll get into what I call bonus money. These are the low-hanging fruit areas that almost every single mortgage business has that most are not taking advantage of. So first off is, do you call your current pre-approvals once a week with a proven script to generate referrals? No, you're leaving money on the table. You're pre-approved and looking buyers. Hey, if you call them once a week, you will close more of them. That's just free money right there. Then, if you have a proven script that asks them for referrals, pre-approved buyers are talking to everybody about real estate, and their friends that are buying, their coworkers that are buying, their Facebook friends that are buying, they're all sharing listings, they're sharing information, they're talking to each other. That's a referral network, right? So your pre-approval has deals to send to you and people to refer to you. You just have to ask for the business, and your concierge should be calling that list at least once a week. Again, if you're at the point here where you're like, okay, I get it, I'm leaving money on the table, I need to solve this problem, go to theexecutiveinnercircle.com, theexecutiveinnercircle.com. There's a fantastic training video there that shows you how you can have an executive concierge doing all of this in your business. So you make more money while you don't actually have to make any of the phone calls or chase any of the leads or really put any additional effort into it. You just have to find the person, set up the systems, and get them going. Our next money-making opportunity. Do you call your realtors once a week with a status update and a proven script to generate referrals? Yes or no? Do you call the realtors on the other side of each deal with that proven script to generate referrals and new business? Do you ask every client for their financial planner and insurance advisor's information at the end of every deal? Again, to go get that referral pipeline built and set up. Do you have weekly marketing that goes out to the list of realtors that you've done business with in the past year? Again, those people enjoy doing business with you, would send you more business, but they're busy just like us. And when a deal comes in, it's just kind of like, well, it goes to whoever is the loudest at that particular time. It goes back to the whole recency of advertising, right? What have you done for me lately? Well, we want to be lately. We want to be there yesterday in their Facebook feed so that they're thinking of us and they get a phone call from us once a week that says, hey, how you doing? Just checking in. Do you have any buyers that we can get pre-approved for you and get you into the marketplace, right? That generates business. Next question. Do you post on Facebook once per month offering to work real estate agents leads for free with the irresistible offer? And do you run online webinars or live training events for clients or your referral partners? Now, you probably heard that question and think, come on, seriously, online webinars? I do not have time barely to breathe with all of the work that I'm doing to try and keep the business growing. Well, when you get an executive concierge in the business doing these activities for you, it frees up your time to do the highly leveraged things that are going to generate even more business for you. The large scale real estate referral relationships, the large online events that are going to drive more business for you, the taking care of your clients by actually hosting events or webinar events specifically for them. There's so much leveraged work that can be done when you step back from the activities that somebody that's that makes $12 to $15 an hour can do for you. They can be filling the pipeline so that you're just showing up every day, talking to pre-approved buyers, talking to pre-qualified real estate agents, and working on things that are highly leveraged that are going to make more profit in the business. That's where we want you to be. So now we've got an exercise where you can actually calculate out the amount of money that you have sitting in your business right now. And this is your total opportunity. So what I want you to do is actually do the math on your database, right? Take the time, if you're out in the car or you're having your run or you're doing your workout, whatever it is right now, make sure you come back to this point in the episode later when you're sitting at your desk and do the math, because it's the math that's going to motivate you to make the change that you need to do in order to get to the next stage in your career and get to the next stage in your personal income in your life for you and your family, right? The math is what's really going to drive this home. So from what you built on the first page of this sheet, I want you to take your total database size, again, times it by 4% because we want to be reserved in our numbers here. I want you to take that 4% number and times it by 4. That's how many deals per year you should be doing from your database. Times that number by the average transaction amount, right? That will give you an annual total of the amount of money that is sitting in your database right now if you just get somebody on the phone calling them once a quarter and you drop one reasonably good marketing campaign out to them once per month. Then I want you to do the math on referral partners. How many referral partners do you have right now? How many deals are they sending you? Then I want you to sit down and truly do the math on what your business and life would look like if you had 40 realtors sending you just 4 transactions a year in your marketplace. When you have an executive concierge making your calls for you, the math is mind-boggling, okay? An average concierge agent can make between 100 and 150 calls a day. That's 5 days a week, right? So that's about 20 days in a month. That means that concierge agent can make about 3,000 calls in a month for you. Okay. The math on our numbers last month is that our concierge agents booked 28% of the real estate agents that they spoke to into an actual booked appointment. It is completely attainable for an executive concierge in your business to be booking you anywhere from 4 to 5 networking appointments a week with new realtors. So let's say you only accept 20% of the realtors that you talk to, right? If you're meeting with 5 realtors a week, that's 1 realtor a week. That's 4 realtors a month, okay? That gets you to your 40 in less than a year. It's 10 months to get you to 40 realtors, right? Anybody can do that if you've got the scripts, if you've got the system, if you invest in the person and you actually make the calls on an ongoing basis. 40 realtors, 4 deals a year, that's 160 transactions a year. Let's say, just because the math is on the screen here for me, let's bump it up from $2,500 a transaction to $3,200 a transaction, right? 160 transactions a year at $3,200 is $512,000. That's $500,000 a year from real estate referral partners coming into your business. Is that worth going out and getting? Yes, 100%. It is. Every $500,000 helps. Come on, right? This is fun stuff. And it really isn't that hard. We just need the discipline, and we're kind of taking discipline out of the scenario. You just need to take action, right? Because the discipline is just making sure that your staff member is doing the work. You don't even have to be the one that's pounding the phones and having the real discipline to make it happen, right? Then we get to the marketing. So we don't have enough time in today's call to talk about the case study that we've done, but we had one of the large online lenders paid us as a consultant in order to come in and fix their online process. And we installed the concierge and installed the proper text messaging system that went out to their leads. And we helped them close hundreds of thousands of dollars in profit in less than 90 days, just as a result of tweaking their marketing. We only did 2 things. We added in a CRM that followed up right away with text messages, and we added a concierge that made phone calls on a cadence. That was it, right? If you take that and you apply that to any marketing system that you have right now, you're going to get a better result. So you don't have to spend more money on leads. You don't even need more leads. We don't need more leads. What we need is more discipline and better systems on working the assets that we already have in our business. We just need to be mature enough about our businesses to understand that that's the problem. The problem isn't the lack of opportunity. The problem is the lack of discipline in putting the systems in place that we need in order to capture the most amount from the opportunity that we already have, right? It's okay to get a little bit loose in a refinance boom. It's not your fault, right? But now it's time to come back and realize, hey, we could be doing this more efficiently. There's more juice out of this squeeze. Let's go get it. It takes one employee that's $12 to $14 an hour to put all this stuff in place in the business. And we already have a proven roadmap with all the scripts, the campaigns, and everything you need in order to make it happen. You can get more details on that by going to theexecutiveinnercircle.com. That's theexecutiveinnercircle.com. Now, you can do the math on your special opportunities, and that's calling your pre-approvals. That's calling your realtors that you're doing business with a status update. That's calling your past realtors that you've done business with. It's putting a system in place for getting deals from financial planners and insurance advisors. It's weekly marketing that goes out to all the leads that you had previously that you've let fall off that you're not following up on, right? How much money is sitting right there? We're not talking about any new advertising. We're not talking about any new deals or leads coming into the business. This is just opportunities that are sitting there right now that you can go out and get if you had a system. So now I want you to take a look at the monthly totals that you've got. Your database marketing, your referral partner marketing, the increase in your marketing spend and the conversion that you're going to get there, and all the special opportunities that you have. Just add up the math, right? How much extra would you make per month? How much extra would you make per year in your mortgage business if you were to follow these proven systems? My name is Chris Johnstone. I'm the owner of Connection Incorporated. I hope that this episode served you and that you got massive value from it, and that it's opened your eyes to the opportunities that you have sitting in your business right now that we can go out and collect together. We're doing something very special in the executive program. I'd love for you to come over and check it out. I'd love for you to be a member. I think you're absolutely going to love it. head on over to theexecutiveinnercircle.com, get the information, invest if you feel that it's right for you, and I look forward to hopefully seeing you on the inside, and I'll catch you on the next episode.